Hello everyone, this is my first video on the channel, so I just wanted to take the time to introduce myself to those who do not know me. My name is Myles, and I'll be making videos about books that I've enjoyed, as well as discussing issues that are affecting us as a society. I believe it's really important to spread knowledge that can benefit someone else whenever you can, so I'll be letting you all in on what I've learned from the variety of books that I have read. I never grew up being the biggest reader, and I didn't really pick up reading until the start of the pandemic, when I had a lot more time on my hands, and now it has really become a hobby of mine, and I have grown so much as an individual since I've been reading books. So I really hope that this channel inspires anyone else who wants to get into reading more and learning more about yourself as well. Today, I will be reviewing the book Glimmer of Hope, written by the founders of March for Our Lives, which was created after the Parkland school shooting in 2018. After the school shooting in Uvalde this past month, I really wanted to educate myself on the effects of gun violence in our country, so I went to my local library and picked this book up, finished it in a total of 3 days, which shows you how great of a read this is. As you can see on the cover, you have many different students holding up different signs that were represented in the March for Our Lives in Washington, D.C. and around the world. Overall, this is a very easy read, super short chapters, a total of 218 pages, and is filled with a variety of different individuals' perspectives on the aftermath of the shooting, as well as how they organized together to create this march and bring attention to gun violence in our country. It's frustrating to only be halfway through the year, knowing that there have been over 230 mass shootings within the US, especially when this has been a problem for many, many years. We have become so divided politically that we are not viewing this as a humanitarian crisis and working to bring peace and safety back into our schools and communities. What really hurts the most is knowing that innocent children are losing their lives when there are clear solutions that can prevent these events from happening in the future. One of my favorite sections from this book was Emma Gonzalez's chapter, where she speaks on the lack of action from people who say, "I don't pay attention to politics," when there are many political agendas that directly affect the livelihood of many marginalized communities. It's really easy to sit behind our phones and retweet something we agree with on Twitter or repost a story on Instagram, but in reality, that's only going to bring about little change, as many of the people we follow and are friends with share similar viewpoints with us. Real change is going to come from having conversations with people with differing values and opinions, as well as voting out those people who do not uphold their role of serving their community. Another thing I learned from this book was that after the shooting, the students only had 2 weeks to recover before returning to the same place where 17 students and teachers lost their lives. It seems that every time an event like this happens, it receives the publicity and attention it deserves for a week or two, and then fades out without any real changes being made in the process. It makes it even harder for people to heal when they have been done wrong, and there is no level of accountability and no new legislation to ensure that there are safeguards to prevent things from reoccurring at such a high rate. This book ends off with a list of 10 reforms, including funding for gun violence research, universal background checks, and banning high-capacity magazines. I really hope this nation moves away from becoming desensitized to the next acts of violence against innocent individuals and actually takes the correct steps to ensure that no one has to have a fear of going to school, churches, hospitals, concerts, or any other public place that we once deemed safe in the past. I definitely recommend Glimmer of Hope for anyone looking to gain insight from a variety of individuals who had a passion and courage to speak out and challenge politicians to reevaluate where their values lie. Thanks for watching this video, and I look forward to dropping more book reviews that will help us change the way we live and view the world so that we can make it a better place for those who come after us.